Hello everyone. Here I'm going to share just a very simple meditation practice, one that I do every day, one that I found is very beneficial for me to take my head out of its normal electromagnetic state and tune it into my heart a little bit more and feel more connected, feel more relaxed, focused, and change my whole nervous system into a more relaxed and calm state where I can be more open to receive, more open to let go of any tension, let go of any stress triggers in my body, and bring my mind and heart into what you can call coherence. So in this practice there are three main parts to it, and I'm going to just share what they are. Very simply, it's a breathing exercise primarily, and breathing exercises ask us to simply be conscious of our breath. One of the ways that we're going to practice consciousness with this exercise, this meditation practice, is to change our breath slightly, change the way we breathe slightly. And this pranayama exercise is called Ujjayi breathing, and it's where we tighten the muscles in the back of our throat just slightly, just gently, not strongly but very subtly, in order to channel the air slower into our lungs and slower out of our lungs. So if we open up the muscles in our throat, we'll breathe deeply. We can take a lot of air in really quickly, and we can empty our air out really fast. But if we tighten the muscles gently, we'll channel that air in slower. It's a little bit like the muscles that you'd use to see your breath on a cold day when you tighten the back of your throat in order to see your breath. What this is doing is saturating the air with saliva and moisture from the back of our throat, so when it comes out it's saturated with water and you can see it better on a cold day. In a similar way, when we breathe in, tightening the muscles, we're saturating the air coming into our lungs with more moisture, which allows our bloodstream to absorb more oxygen faster, more of the air that's in our lungs into our blood, and we'll actually oxygenate our blood faster, and we'll feel like we have more oxygen in our system, very simply. This is one of the benefits from it. It also slows our breath down, and that's part of the reason for doing this practice, because we want to just gently find a more relaxed but slower rhythm. The slower rhythm puts your brain waves into a slightly different state, and this is the state we're looking for in order to relax and feel more calm. So first of all, let's practice the Ujjayi breathing, and the way you can do it is to tighten these muscles, but then slowly close your mouth. And you'll feel the muscles can still stay closed, and you'll hear your breath slightly as you breathe out, and you'll hear it if you keep them slightly tightened. You'll hear it as you breathe in. If I was to exaggerate the breath, it sounds like this. But it's a gentle tightening. It's nothing too stressful. It's just a gentle tightening. So practice this. You can pause the video and breathe, just tightening these muscles a little. Try and make it subtle, because it is actually a subtle muscular tension, not a strong one. When you're comfortable with this, what I'd like to do is just breathe with a simple rhythm. Now, the rhythm that you use is going to be very personal to you. The rhythm that I found is more beneficial for this type of practice is to, first of all, slow your breath down. So you breathe out, empty your lungs, breathe in a completely comfortable way, what feels completely natural. Count just to see how many counts you do when you breathe in and out in this natural way without making any effort to change anything. Maybe you'll count to 5. Maybe you'll count to 5 exhaling. Maybe your exhale and your inhale are not the same count. Just be aware what feels natural, what comes naturally to you. And then what I'd like to do is add 1 or 2 counts. So if you breathe 5 in and 5 out, I'd like you to breathe 6 in and 6 out. If you breathe 7 in and 7 out naturally when you breathe slowly, then take it up to 8. That extra second or that extra count is about giving your lungs a little more of a conscious expansion. And in that extra count, I'd like you to feel your intercostal muscles and your rib cage. So there's 3 sets of muscles we use to breathe. The abdomen is the strongest one, which just goes in and out, up as we exhale, and it goes out and down as we inhale. And our abdomen and our diaphragm is that which moves up and down. It's the main muscle, but our intercostal muscles in between our ribs also expand and close in order to take more fuller, deeper breaths. And also your upper muscles here in your shoulders and around the clavicle, they'll also raise up in order to take even deeper breaths. But we're just going to focus on the intercostal muscles. What I'd like you to do is to feel them. So as you breathe in, counting an extra 1 or 2 seconds depending on how you feel. You want to push it just a little bit more than you would do normally, but not to the point where it feels stressful. So, and I'd like you to consciously allow your chest to grow a little bit right at the end, the last count especially. Just allow it to grow. So breathe in, use your Ujjayi breathing, and breathe in, counting. 1 count more, expand, and then exhale. And I'd like you to make sure that your exhale and your inhale are exactly the same. What I mean by that is if you're breathing in, counting to 5 or to 6, then breathe out, counting to 5 or 6, the exact same amount. And when we exhale, if that's a little bit too much for the exhale, then pull your abdomen in for that extra count. Pull it in and let go. Let go of a little bit more air than you normally would. Breathe in. And breathe out. Practice this for a little bit, balancing your breath. In your meditation practice, let this be the first 5 minutes of your practice. Just breathing, counting, finding the rhythm, slowing down, becoming aware. If you start thinking about something, try to bring your thoughts back to your breath, to your focus and to your counting. But you don't have to be rigid with it. If you're having an inspirational thought, you can go with it for a little bit, but then don't get carried away and don't let that thought really take you away from the breathing rhythm. Because the breathing rhythm, if you can keep it and allow yourself to flow with a little bit with an inspiring thought, that's okay. If the thought is not inspiring, just drop it straight away. After you've done this second part, and this is in your meditation practice done all together at the beginning, but if you want to practice this exercise, do it in these stages to begin with, just to feel comfortable, and then you can start straight away from the beginning. After you do this breathing for about 5 minutes, and you find this rhythm becomes natural and it becomes easy and you don't have to think about it so much, then you can bring your awareness to your heart. And there are 2 different practices to do here. One is to bring your awareness to your chest, in your heart, where your heart is, and just consciously bring your mind here, focus here. Imagine your heart expanding as you breathe in. Imagine it contracting. It's always contracting and expanding. It's always beating. It's bringing in energy and it's giving out energy. It's sending messages out there to the universe, and it's beating strongly, sharing all of its electromagnetic impulses out into the world, and it's receiving the energy of the world and the universe around it as well. Just imagine this exchange taking place. That's one practice. Another exercise is, once you're comfortable with your breathing, just to focus on a simple feeling of gratitude and gratefulness, thankfulness, and think of all those things that you feel grateful for in your life. Your health, maybe the position you are in this world, There's going to be many things that your mind will want to jump into which you're not grateful for, but focus just on the feelings of gratitude and bring that feeling into your heart. Focus just upon feeling grateful for as many things as you can, and let that be your meditation practice. This is what I do every day on a daily basis, and I'll do it for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and in that half an hour I've just reset my whole body, my whole system changes, my vibration sets myself up for the day. And you can do it for just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however much time you dedicate. But if you can dedicate this as part of your daily routine whenever feels most comfortable for you, and you can change a few things, you can bring your own practice of meditation into it. But if this is just a very simple silent meditation, if you can instigate this for yourself, this is a very enriching practice, and I highly recommend it. And I highly recommend you do this on a daily basis. We can always find 10 minutes. We can usually find 20 minutes if we're honest with ourselves, but even 10 minutes is a beneficial type of practice for us to do. So this is something that I would always recommend everybody to do in their lives, because it resets your nervous system, it calms you down, and it tunes your mind into your heart, and it allows ourselves to have an experience of heart coherence. If you feel that any of these practices don't feel beneficial to you, and you have another idea of what might work, then practice that too. These are exercises that definitely work for me and help me very strongly. It's not going to be a universal story, but these are tried and tested exercises and practices, and I think that they will definitely be beneficial for you as well. Have a great day. I wish you all the most beautiful exercise and meditation.